To me, pero hindi totoo yun. It's not true. I am not familiar with Bitcoin. I don't invest in Bitcoin. Kasi doon sa article parang ang yaman-yaman ko daw.
Yun na nga
Hindi. Um, I worked hard for the money. I continue to work hard.
She works hard for the
Hindi ako-
money,
Parang gano'n na yun. Pero hindi ko talaga alam. I don't
Hindi, anong
know.
feeling mo na nagagamit ka doon?
No, I actually sent the material to my lawyers.
Okay.
Hindi ko alam kung paano mag-behave. Sabi ko, do I come out on air and say, hindi po totoo ito. But right now, because you're asking me, sinasabi ko, hindi totoo yan. I am not familiar with Bitcoin. I've not done any business that has anything to do with Bitcoin. Wala akong kamuang-mua. I didn't guest in Vice's show to talk about Bitcoin. Wala. I'm not familiar with it.
Kuya Boy, plano for 2020? May mga bubuksan ka ba? Shows or...
Show sa 2020, wala pa.
Wala pa.
Oo, wala pa.
Ano?
Pero yung TWA, yung tuloy-tuloy lang.
Oo naman. We just celebrated our 4th anniversary. Actually, September ang anniversary nun.
Kung pinag-usapan ka pamilya, kuya, anong feeling mo? Hanggang ngayon yung pinag-usapan about the renewal of the CDM, yung gano'n.
Na hanggang March na
Ang
lang
feeling
daw.
ko is I'm wishing for the best. I am not familiar with the problem. Hindi ko alam ang detalye ng problema. Pero ano man yun, sana'y, syempre, sana'y maayos.
Pero wala kung sakali lang ako no.
Hindi, meron ka mga ibang plans ba? For example.
Ang dami kong offers magturo.
Ayan, so.
Oo.
Pero in terms of television, of course.
Hindi ko alam how I'm going to behave. I am under contract with ABS-CBN and I will remain loyal to ABS. My contract is until the end of 2020. So halimbawa, mangyari kung ano man ang mangyayari, I will address that as it happens. But
Wala kang pa.
I will honor my contract and my relationships and my friendships with people in ABS-CBN.
Pero gusto mo talaga magturo, kuya.
Parang gusto ko. Hindi parang. Gusto ko talaga. Oo. Gusto ko magturo. Ano po, abdikaso. Para hindi ka magantay. I'd like to be able to, malay natin, I don't know with this AMA OED involvement, I'd like to be able to put up my own school. Pero simple lang, alam mo yung parang Academy of the Arts, kung saan may public speaking, may acting, you know, I'm talking to one of the foremost acting coaches of this country. Baka pwedeng alam mo yung ilang mga artists ang tawag namin sa National Commission for Culture and the Arts. I'd like to be able to put up my own school. Para mo sa tulong ng ama, ng
Kuya
College or teaching in graduate school?
Both. I can do
Do you
both.
know how many students there are in a college class?
Oo, alam ko naman.
Can go as high as 50.
Oo, mga ganon. Actually ngayon, ako umuupo na sa mga defense. I've been invited to be a panelist in dissertation defense or master of defenses. Umuupo na.
Kuya Boy,
Di ko pa alam, pangarap lang, nasabi ko lang ngayon.
Pero maganda yun, no? Dapat panganapin mo muna para sa
Correct, pinapangarap ko lang. Pinapangarap
Yun na ng
ko lang.
boss. Yes. Naawa na ako sa kanya.
Ano nga?
Ang daming
Dali na,
tanong.
go.
ulitin ba ngayon, mas lamang sa inyong magturo, mag-usap na academy, talk show?
No, hindi ako nag-iisip ng talk show dahil sa kasalukuyan, I'm doing 4. I'm doing Your Moment inside the cinema on cable. Bottom line, I have Tonight with Boy Abunda. And that's the only reason why, ang hirap sagutin, are you thinking of another show? Parang, oo, I'm doing a lot. That will always be a priority.
Kuya Boy, nung nagkaroon ng mga issue with Barreto, yung mga ganun, parang nagkaroon ng flapper na sayang, walang dapat, walang ganyan. Ikaw ba, hindi mo nami-miss yung
Namiss ko. At saka nakaka-flatter naman na tinahanap ng taong bayan yung the buzz. Pero you also have to be realistic. After the issues, what? Diba? Hindi ka naman pwedeng magtayo ng palabas ng show na...
The past special.
Oo, siguro. That's a nice idea. But, you know, there are economic considerations. Is it economically viable? May mga ganun. Pero naisip, siyempre nakakamiss, di ba? Buhay ko yun ng ilan ba? 15, 16 years?
Kasi kayo lang yung pwede magbusisi ng issue na, di ba? The way you do it.
Thank you for saying that, Alan. Nakakamiss. Nakakamiss siya.
Pero kaya boy, nakausap mo si Gretchen, dahil alam mo nilang close ka.
I have
Did you
not
advise her
spoken.
na...
I have not spoken to Gretchen. Personally, I have not spoken to Gretchen. I have not spoken to any of them. But she will always be one of the closest friends I have in my life.
Pero nung lumabas yung issue na yun, nagugulat ka pa ba kuya ko? Hindi ko wala.
I've done their interviews. I have done their interviews. I've done.
Pero anong opinion mo doon, Kuya Bon? Kung tatanungin ang opinion.
Wala akong masyadong alam eh. Ayokong makialam masyado sa mga bagay, Vince, na hindi ko alam ang detalye masyado. Hindi ko alam.
Hindi mo pa nabubusisi.
Hindi ko, oo, kailangan mo talagang makipag-usap. Oo.
Hindi mo sila in-invite dito boy sa TWB.
Hindi. At hindi rin naman siguro sila interesado. Oo, totoo yun.
Mas gusto nila sa TV Patrol.
Hindi pa ano, kuya
Hindi
ko,
naman.
hindi sila interesado.
No. How do you put it ba? Napaka-ticklish nung issue. Hindi ka pwede magtingi-tingi eh. Kaya tama yung suggestion nila na sana kung meron kang package ng The Buzz na bubusisiin mo talaga. Pero kung magtitingi-tingi ka, bitin.
Pero aware ka kuya boy na dapat ikaw mag-interview kay Marjorie, pero they opted for Karen dahil nga alam nilang close ka na kay
I understand that. With so much love and respect, naiintindihan ko yun.
Sa meeting daw kasi nila Kuya Boy, lahat ng halos na nakapag-ingit kay Marjorie suggested na mas may uso dapat lang ikaw kasi very
Ba't very attitude yung boses si Julan?
pero yun nga ano na ba
No,
kasi na-close ka
at naiintindihan ko yun.
kaya marami rin nag-expect na Kuya Gretchen
Wala eh. Ako naman ang pananaw ko.
mas gusto mo ba siya, wag na lang siya
Oo,
magsalita.
kung ako, ang pananaw ko kasi doon ay, but I have done some of difficult interviews of Julia, of Marjorie, and I've always tried to be as fair as I can. I'm not perfect, pero naiintindihan ko na nagbago ang kanilang isipan. Naiintindihan ko yun. Because without having to know the issues, without having to take sides, because you shouldn't. Hindi naman may tatatwa na kaibigan kong matalik si Gretchen. Kahit hindi kami nagkikita. I haven't seen her, pero iba yung aming pinagsamahan, mahal na mahal ko yun. And kahit ako, if Gretchen would say, would you want me to do an interview with you? Sasabihin ko, mag-usap muna tayo. Blurred yung pananaw ko rin dahil how far can I go, di ba? How much do I know? Makikisaw-saw ba ako sa isang issue na hindi ko masyadong alam? Ngayon, iba na ang dynamics eh. Iba na talaga eh. Iba eh. Ibang
Ito
iba.
boy, how do you feel na ikaw, sabi mo kakabanggit mo na kanina for ang iyong shows,
show.
tatlo doon, di ba, talk show. Tapos si Kris, ang tagal nang hindi nakikita. No?
Oh. What is the question? But she's well. She's okay where she is. And sabi ko nga, ang buhay hindi nagtatapos ngayon. Life continues. Our stories continues. Anong mangyayari na susunod? Malay natin.
Hindi pa kayo nag-uusap.
Kumusta na kayo
Nag-uusap kami. We're okay. We're okay. I mean, of course, hindi kami nag-uusap araw-araw. But if there is anything important, we're okay. Just a couple of weeks ago, birthday ko, I got one of the most meaningful messages from her. Oo, sobra. Kilala ako nun eh. Oo, kilala ako nun.
I mean, coming from, ito ba yung, di ba, Queen of Talk. Tapos now, parang sa YouTube na lang siya nakikita, ganyan, sa FB.
Pero I was about to say that kanina. But she's doing what she's doing to the best of who she is. I mean, Kris will always be Kris in whatever platform.
You sent your private message, you did not go public.
Which one is it?
About the message for you.
No, a large part of my friendship with Kris is private. You will be surprised.
How nice that she knows
Of course.
Namimiss mo din ba siya
Worried ka rin ba sa
kabanter?
health niya? Worried
Oo
ka
naman. Oo naman. Oo naman.
Namimiss mo din ba siya kabanter?
Oo naman. Oo naman. Oo naman.
May nakikita ka ba bang chance na in the future?
Mahirap pagsalita ng patapos. Oo, I'm always open. Malay natin. Diba?
Ito ba hindi ka ma-social media na tama?
Hindi.
Kinalo ka ni Tita Lolit na nagre-reyna sa Instagram.
Hindi ka ba nag-attempt to...
Hindi naman, papunta din tayo doon. Siguro.
topic siya.
Oo naman. Pero ako, I have a fan page, an FB fan page.
Okay.
Pero aware ako.
May silip-silip ka.
I'm a professional, responsible troll.
Naglo-lurk ka rin sa
Of
mga
course.
IG.
Oo naman. Oo naman.
Pero IG, wala ka talaga.
Wala. Oo. Pero updated ako sa nangyayari. Alam ko yung...
Kinabog ka ni Tita Lolit, imagine.
Alam mo yung nangyari.
Napeki na siya ngayon.
Oo, she reigns in the curated world of IG.
Yes!
Oo.
Alam mo yung latest kay Nay Loli, yung mga
Ano na naman?
nangyari sa kanya lately.
At na?
cases.
Yung kay Kris.
Hindi ko alam yung nangyari kay Kris.
Nababash siya.
Bakit? Anong ginawa ni Manay?
Ganun talaga.
Ayaw mo ba nung gano'n, Tito Boy?
Na?
Yung may
Yung mga
basher.
opinion mo,
Hindi,
pinag-uusapan.
hindi ako takot sa bashers. Sa buhay ba naman namin ito?
Correct.
Hindi. Hindi lang ako ma-social media. Hindi pa.
Why? Why ko?
Because I want to be in control of my life. I'm able to use social media sa mga pagkakataon lang na kailangan. Halimbawa, I stalk a certain, gusto ko lang malaman ang nangyayari sa kanya. Yun lang ang gusto ko. Pero hindi pa.
2020.
Malay natin.
Tito Boy, last na. Sino pang dream mong ma-interview sa TWB?
Sa ngayon kasi, sa tinagal-tagal ko ba naman nag-i-interview?
Wala na.
Lahat na.
Oo eh. Ang tanong ko na lang, tuwing nag-interview ako, we've been doing our Celebrity Week. I had Richard Gutierrez, Bea, Angelica, Tony Gonzaga, and tonight I think they're airing Danielle Padilla. Ako yung, ano ang gagawin ko? Teacher na teacher at estudyante. How do I make this interview different? Given the limitations. Wala akong oras, hindi na ito buzz. Mas ganun ako. At saka the challenge of doing interviews with young stars. Oh.
So, would you say, Tito Boy, medyo may nagbago nang meron ka ng masters at doctor?
Lumawak ang aking perspektibo. Palagay ko ay
May effect?
meron naman. I mean, mas tiwala na ako siguro sa maraming bagay. Oh, kasi that's part of education, di ba? To me, education honors yourself. When you go to school, you go for the academe, you somehow honor yourself. Oo, you're aware of yourself. Sa akin ang gamit hindi lang knowledge, hindi lang yung enlightened points of view mo sa buhay, hindi lang ang edukasyon economic engine, hindi lamang siya it's honoring yourself and the people who sent you to school. Oo eh, yun ang pananaw ko doon. And it's also, it's about freedom. It's about equality. Di ba, equalizer ang edukasyon eh.
Galing.
Kuya Boy, na-mention na tayo. Kasi may professionalism rin siya. Kahit sinasabi ng iba na gusto. Pero still, sa oras mo, Kuya Boy, ikaw yung nag-rate ka pa rin ng mga 4.1 compared sa 2.7.
Ay, maraming salamat sa audience talaga. Maraming salamat. We're doing very well sa time slot namin.
Tsaka parang lahat kasi mag-guess pa rin sa'yo. Kaya yung mga taga-GMA naman.
Natutuwa ako dyan,
Hindi
Joe.
kasi nga wala ng showbiz.
Maraming salamat. And also because sa tinagal-tagal kong nag-i-interview sa telebisyon, wala naman ako masamang tinapay eh. I think I try to be fair. At naghahanda ako sa mga interviews ko. Hindi ako sumasalang sa interviews na...
Magkakanda rin sila sa'yo, no?
I'm sorry.
Magkakanda rin sila sa'yo. Magkakanda sila sa'yo.
Maganda yun, di ba?
May nararamdaman ka na may ibang nabigyan sa'yo. Parang takbo.
Pero naman, alanganin. Kasi, katulad sa sa public speaking classes ko, I have, I think, a lecture on interviewing. You don't prepare just as an interviewer. You prepare as a guest. Paano ka maganda? Hindi yung dumadating ka lamang doon at ngiti ng ngiti, di ba? Meron akong maliit na portion doon.
May nararamdaman ka binubola.
Oo naman. Oo. Lahat. At may mga pagkakataon na nambobola din ako siguro. Minsan, when you want to get to a difficult question, Lalatag ka eh.
Correct.
Lalatag ka ng konti.
Play mo siya.
Oo.
Dito, most memorable mo, latest, yung mga bagets na interview.
Sabi mo nga sabi mo sa
Oo, tama. Kahit ano lang.
sabi mo challenging ang mga
Memorable interviews.
Sa
I
mga
love,
yawan.
recent. Ako gusto ko yung Bea Angelica. We talked about friendship. Like, for example, when I was doing Angelica and Bea, they were promoting a movie when they came to the show. Pero ang ginamit kong point of view ay inaral ko yung TED interview ni Lily Tomlin at saka ni Jane Fonda. At saka ni Pat Mitchell. Where they talked about female friendships and how different ang pagkakaibigan ng mga babae sa pagkakaibigan ng mga lalaki. I applied that in my interview. Sasabihin nilang, showbiz lang yan. Hindi. Yun para sa akin ang pagpapakita mo sa galang, ng galang, sa material mo.
Baka mo nasabing challenging ang mga youngster.
Challenging because pagbata ka, hindi lang naman sa ngayon, you're still in the business of projection. Diba? Project ka ng project, because you want to be validated.
Kanino ka medyo na-impress dito ba? Yung mas bata pa?
Sa mga bata, sino ba?
Yung medyo nag-mark ka sa'yo?
Meron eh. Merong may mga opinion eh. Who comes to mind ba?
Si Frankie, medyo, anak ni Shawi, medyo kakaiba yung opinion.
Magaling yun. Magaling yun. Meron pa eh. Meron pang mga bata na tumatayo ka at okay yun ah. Meron eh. Wala lang pumapasok sa aking isipan yan. Pero meron. Kung maalala ko, sasabihin ko. Tapos na ako doon sa stage na natatakot ako mag-mention ng mga pangalan. Lalo na sa mga bata. Sa ating mga kasabayan, sobrang pagalan ko. Like for example, I did a Maricel Soriano interview with Janela.
Yeah.
I did a Maricel interview and there were certain things that he wanted Maricel to do. Pagdating sa akin ng mga writers sa dressing room, sabi ko hindi. I want to do a conversation with Maria. Huwag na, tapos na siya dyan. Oo. Tapos na siya dyan. Napakayaman niya ng kwento. Doon nyo kami dalhin. Di ba? So anong pinag-usapan namin? Bahagi ng pag-uusap namin ni Maricel, ni Maria, halimbawa ay estilo ng pag-arte. Gumagamit ka ba ng karanasan or katulad ka ba ng ibang artista na they do what is on the page of the script? Do you use your experiences? May ganun eh. May ganun. Inaalala ko, I was impressed with one. I had a very interesting interview with Richard Gutierrez that will air tonight. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Mamaya pa lang ba yun?
Parang mamaya.
Yung Wednesday.
Wednesday pala. Wednesday.
4.1 at 2.7.
You know why? Because si Richard is naturally shy. Alam natin yun, di ba? Pero in that conversation, alam mo nagbubukas.
Anong pag-asa ni Gazino?
The last training I had with her, parang tumalon ang puso ko na-excite ako. Meron siyang kakaibang bravado. Meron siyang laban na ganun. And I was happy with what I saw in my last session with her.
Kasi kanina you mentioned something about ang Q&A din may academic din yan.
Meron.
Like many mentioned about
So what you meant by that? What you meant by it as academic
Meron. Kasi may sistema din, no? Ang Q&A halimbawa ay with Gazini probably I did about 5 sessions. So, may reading materials yan, may assignments, anong babasahin, aaralin mo ang mga itinanong sa Miss Universe in the last 10 years, you go into certain techniques. You don't achieve all these things in 5 sessions. Pero, may tapang siya, may ganun. And yun nga, yung parati kong sinasabi, sound right and strong.
Dito boy, when you train them, meron kang set of questions na ginagawa mo.
Ay,
Paano yun?
handa kami. May tanong kami, may mga tanong siya na hindi siya komportable. At ang usually, my last exercise is called 1 on 20. It's taken from the 1 on 1. It's 1 on 20. So I have assistants, I have teaching staff na halimbawa ikaw si Gazini, may 20 questions na walang puknat yan, walang and then i-clinic mo.
part din ba ng
Tuloy-tuloy. Tuloy-tuloy.
Part din ba ng preparation of magazine ay inaaral mo yung mga malalakas na kalaban and how they
Napapag-usapan.
and how they
Napapag-usapan. Because a lot of them train now in the Philippines. A lot of them train now. I know Japan train.
Singapore, di ba?
Vietnam,
Singapore
Singapore. Oo, marami.
Nag-train ka.
Hindi. Hindi. Parang, asa ngayon, hindi ako sarado, pero parang ayoko muna. Parang, di ba, what a disservice.
Paano yung paano dito yung 20? Sabay-sabay
One
yung
of 20,
sasagutin?
halimbawa, I will ask 5, ikaw, 5 kayo. Gazin is here. So, you ask a question, she answers. Ask. Walang patid yan na 20 questions.
Mabilisan.
Mabilisan, 30 seconds per question. Parang stamina na yon, presence of mind,
Galing.
it's a training. And then, clinic namin, bawat, let's go to the first question. Anong sagot mo? Blah, 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 etc.
Let's talk about your confidence.
Meron na. Palaban yung tao eh. She's very shy in person. Tonight, I'm training Emma Tiglao. I only have 2 sessions with Emma.
Ano si Emma?
Intercontinental, parang,
Kanino ka pinaka-na-impress dito, boy? Kay Catriona ba talaga?
impressed ako kay Catriona, although
Articulate
parang ko
talaga
sinasabi,
diba?
merong ibang team siya na nag-train din si Kat. I did Kat 1 session. I did Kat 1. Magaling eh. But the only thing I worked on Catriona was, sabi ko, be aware that you have to edit yourself because you have 30 seconds. Pero ibang klase. You know, she was in Thailand and she was still texting. Here's a question that is possible. How would we handle it?
Texting you.
Yes.
Ay, wow.
Iba siya.
And ito
Pia naman, si Pia yung she's very smart. She's very
Parang
smart.
street smart.
Street smart. Walang aatras ang tanong. Oo. Yung walang aatras ang
Tama.
tanong. Wala.
Buo ang loob.
Buo. That's the word. Buo ang loob. Oo, buo ang loob.
Kanina to shoot.
Yeah,
Kanina
buo.
you said something about that one of the options for you, aside from teaching, is maybe you can open your own studio.
I really want.
Maybe you can have something about, kasi ang daming gusto mag-artista, but not everyone knows what the details, what they can do. Are you thinking of that in the way that they do in Korea?
Yes, and not the way they do in Korea in terms of training, because that's part of their management deal. Pero kung halimbawa classes on, because I'm writing a book now, 13 things I know about managing public figures in the Philippines. Pero halimbawa lectures on what management is all about, how it is to behave as a talent in a landscape like the Philippines. Siguro introductory lectures on how you become a movie star or an entertainer in this country. Yes. Pero ang gusto ko talagang akademya, ang academy na gusto ko, yung meron akong public speaking na certificate course, meron akong acting, I'll get probably somebody like, halimbawa lang, no, kung so pwede, the name that comes to mind is Ryan Carlos, and then another one to handle, let's say, movement that can include dance and whatever movements, di ba? Yung ganun lang, parang sa LA, yung mga maliliit na buildings na ganun, yung mga ganun lang, tapos 2 classrooms, 1 office, yun lang naman. Oo.
Public speaking.
Okay.
Meron. Oo. Oo, meron.
Hirap.